Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 10th of November 1983, and the title is Sweet, Invaluable, Elevated Versions of Avyakt BapDada for the Meeting of Senior Brothers and Sisters. Today, the Father, the Ocean of all powers, is seeing his Shakti army, the symbol of the Trident, that is, the Trimurti stage, is very clearly visible on the forehead of each one. The Trident is shown as a symbol of power. So each one of you is carrying the Trident and is part of the Shakti army. Are you not? BapDada and you. Does this Trimurti constantly remain in a clear form, or does it sometimes merge and sometimes emerge? Do you also remember that together with Bap and Dada, you too are an elevated and powerful soul? Through your having this Trimurti awareness, Shiva is visible with the Shaktis. In many temples, as a memorial of the combined form of BapDada, together with the symbol of Shiva, they also show a human form in that image. This is the combined memorial of Bap and Dada. Together with that, they also portray the Shaktis. So, with the stage of being an embodiment of the Trimurti awareness, you will easily become an image that grants visions. At present, you have become an image of a server, a lecturer, and a master teacher. You now have to become an image that grants visions in a practical way. You have become easy yogis, but you now have to become elevated yogis. You have become tapasvi souls, but you have still to become great tapasvi souls. Nowadays, call it service, tapasya, study, effort, or the boundary of purity. Do you know what level it is at? Do you know? Are you moving along with the waves of everything being easy in terms of being an easy yogi? According to the final period, human souls at present do not need words, but elevated vibrations and an elevated atmosphere through which they can easily receive visions. An experience is also equal to a vision. There are many who speak, but those to whom you speak are no less in speaking their own things. However, what they lack is the gathering of visions. They are unable to do that. This is the specialty, newness, and success that you elevated souls have. Reveal this specialty on the stage. On the basis of this specialty, everyone will say that they actually saw and attained, that they didn't just hear something, but that they experienced a glimpse of the Father in practice. Let there not be the experience that such and such a sister or such and such a brother was speaking, but let there be the experience that a unique power was speaking through them. In the beginning, when Brahma had a vision of a special power, what did he say? Who was that? Who was it? In the same way, those who listen to you should experience and wonder, who were they? Let them not just hear points, but the point of the light should be visible in the center of the forehead. This awareness will open everyone's eye of recognition. The eye of recognition has not opened yet. At the moment, they put you in the same line as others. They say, you say the same thing that others speak of, that they too do the same thing that you do. However, there is now a need to give them the experience that this is the same one whom they had been invoking and for whom they had been waiting. The method for this is simply to change one word. Change the waves of being an easy yogi. Don't use the word easy in the household, but use it to become an embodiment of total success. There is now a need for the waves of being an elevated yogi, an image of a great tapasvi, an image that grants visions and spirituality. Now, race. How many did you give the message to? Even those who have just taken the 7 days course are able to do this. They too are able to give this message. However, now race in seeing to how many you gave an experience. Let there now be the waves everywhere of giving an experience and making others into embodiments of experience. Do you understand? Now spread the wave of granting visions as in the beginning. Spread the sound. When you become equal to the Father, they will receive visions automatically. At present, they experience this to some extent, but now spread this wave everywhere. You also spread the waves of the melas, do you not? You had many melas and also celebrated many ceremonies. Now celebrate the meeting ceremony. You have come here to make new plans for the new year. The first plan is to make yourself plain of all weaknesses, for only then would you be able to grant visions. If this plan were to become practical in this meeting, then service will bow down at your feet. You now have to fulfill this desire of BapDada's. His desire has not been fulfilled. Meetings take place, and BapDada has everyone's chart. However, in order to maintain regard for you, BapDada doesn't tell you anything about it. Acha, today Baba has come to meet you and not to show you your chart. To Dadiji, where is your friend Didi? In the womb. She is in the womb in the name, but even now she is on a service tour, just as in the corporeal form, after the World Mother, she was Brahma Baba's companion. In the same way, even now, she is with Avyakt Brahma. She is playing the part of a companion in service. There is the bondage of the physical senses in name, but in particular there is the bondage of service. The World Mother especially looked after the business activity of the establishment of the yajna from the beginning and after the World Mother. It was the responsibility of this soul, Didi. There were other companions too, but she especially had a part on the stage and with corporeal Brahma Baba. Even now, Brahma Baba and Didi continue to have heart-to-heart conversations and entertainment and various roles in service. Together with Brahma, many special souls also have a part in the establishment of the new world with great force. Just as Didi's sanskars in the corporeal form were to put plans of service into practice and to give zeal and enthusiasm, in the same way, even now, that same sanskar is playing the part of encouraging the group of instruments who are carrying out establishment of the new world. Do you remember Didi's special words? What were her special words to put zeal and enthusiasm into others? She always said, "Do something new." What is happening now? She used to ask repeatedly, "What newness have you brought?" In the same way, she used to converse with Avyakt Brahma using the same words. She is putting zeal and enthusiasm into the advance party too. What have you done so far? What is happening now? She is putting that same sanskar into a practical form. She never used to allow anyone to sit idly. Even now, she is getting the arrows ready to bring the advance party onto the stage. She had the sanskars of a controller. Now, she is the controller of the advance party. Her sanskars of service are even now in an immersed form. Do you understand where Didi is now? She is now touring the world. Baba will tell you when she has taken her seat. Even now, she is making many big, big plans to give you cooperation. Now, it will not take long. Acha, to such constantly elevated yogis, to those who are constantly images of great tapasya, to those who become practically the same as the Father and grant a vision of the Father, to those who spread everywhere the wave of the attainment, I saw and I attained to such great images of tapasya, to all the loving children from this land and abroad who remain absorbed in service. BapDada's love, remembrance, and namaste. BapDada speaking to the meeting group. The meetings have already taken place. Meetings take place in order to bring the world closer to the Father, not just to give a message. They are colored with the color of bringing others close. The closer they come to the Father, the more they are colored by the company. When they just listen to something, they listen to some things and forget other things. But those who come close because of being close to the Father remain colored with spiritual color. So, what service has to be done now? That of bringing others close. You have already given the message. You played the part of a messenger and gave the message. However, what do you have to become now? In what form are the Shaktis always remembered? All of you are the Shakti army, are you not? Shaktis are always remembered as a mother, with the thought of receiving sustenance. You have given many messages, and many others have now also emerged who will give the message. So those who give sustenance are now required. The task of those who are special instruments is to stay in the sustenance of the Father at every second, and to give everyone the Father's sustenance. Little children who are always being sustained are so happy. No matter what happens, they remain so happy because of being sustained. In the same way, now give all souls the experience of having God's sustenance. They should feel that they are moving along while being sustained by God, that you are giving them the drishti of God's sustenance. Therefore, now there is a need for sustenance. So, are you those who give sustenance or just messengers? Nowadays, there are many who call themselves messengers. It is a very common thing to become a messenger. However, whoever comes now should experience that they are now receiving God's sustenance. This is known as bringing souls into relationship. All of you are very special, are you not? Very special ones are those who do practically what no one else can do. It is not a big thing if you do what everyone else does. The meaning of giving sustenance is to make them powerful, to enable their thoughts and powers to emerge, and to give them zeal and enthusiasm, to make them a form of Shakti in every respect. Now, there is a greater need for this form of sustenance. They are moving along, but now there is a need for them to move along as powerful souls, so that even if new people come here, they definitely experience God's power here. There is the experience of the power of words, but now give the experience that you have God's power here. When you go onto the stage, you remember that you have to give a lecture, but now remember more that the lecture is just a means, but that you really have to give the feeling of godly power. They should feel God's power even in your words. This is known as being unique. When someone gives a very good speech, you see that person as a speaker. Now, let them see you as God's spiritual souls. You have to give them this feeling. This feeling sows God's seed. Then that seed cannot be removed. When someone has had an experience of even 1 second, he won't need any effort from you till the end. The interaction and way of serving of those who experience God's sparkle as soon as they come is different from those who simply hear everything and are impressed by it. The interaction of those who simply move along with love is also different. There are many different varieties. So now, first of all, experience yourself to be constantly receiving God's sustenance, for only then will others have this experience. You are moving along with service, but service is also a form of sustenance. You are moving along with God's sustenance. Service makes you powerful. That too is God's sustenance. However, this should remain in an immersed form. You should have this determined thought. To be a very special beloved child means to be a sample, equal to the Father. Acha, for the success of the conference, for as much as possible, let there be an atmosphere of silence. Those who come here should return with the experience that this is God's knowledge and God's place. Let there be such an atmosphere where you have the aim of giving an experience. Don't get involved in just giving interesting points, but while speaking, continue to give them an experience. Keep the aim of making everyone say that this is the path to God, and that God has come. They already say that this is very good, but now let them say that God is teaching you. They say that the knowledge is good, but now let them experience who the bestower of knowledge is. Now lay this foundation. Completion will take place when the seed comes up above. If the seed hasn't come up yet, how can the tree be transformed? Since they are coming to this place out of their own interest, then let them see and experience the specialty of this place. You mustn't change your views on seeing their views. However, now make such a plan that they change their views on seeing your views. When you have the aim of giving a lecture, then their attention is drawn to the points. However, when you take the aim of revealing the Father, only the Father will be visible. As your aim, so will be the result. Acha Blessing, may you be feeling proof and, as a holy swan, transform anything wasteful into something powerful. Transform all wasteful thoughts, words, actions, relationships, and connections throughout the day into powerful ones. Don't accept anything wasteful into your intellect. If you accept even one wasteful thing, that will give you the experience of a lot of waste, which is known as coming into feeling. Therefore, become a holy swan and transform the wasteful into something powerful, and you will become feeling proof. When someone insults you or becomes angry with you, just give him the cool water of peace. This is the duty of a holy swan. Slogan: the way to reveal the seed of spiritual endeavor is to have an attitude of unlimited disinterest. Om Shanti.